First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity.
Okay. So we out here another week of the Wadi Al Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. We headed out to camp, to the Mazabat. And like me and the brother always do, and we try to do, in transits. It's a lot going on. And throughout this week, South America is pretty much on fucking fire. Hong Kong is still on fire. East India, which is India. They don't call it East India anymore, but India is on fire. Baghdad is on fire. And like Apostle Tahar said on the live show yesterday, well, it was a pre-recorded the show yesterday. He said that 2020 is gonna be a heavy year, man. And I see it. I don't see none of the things that are happening right now, dying down. You got with the Israeli president, he's what's his name? Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister. He refuses to get out of office. So now they got to share office with the new guy, and then they also got him. They try to impeach his ass and lock him up, bring charges against him. So a lot of these rulers, man, they're pretty much going down. And Esau, I don't know if you heard, but it wasn't major news, but it's still major news for the UK that one of their so-called elites, their princes, he got kicked out, man, behind that Jeff Epstein thing, man. That whole fiasco, man. Which all of them royals, they deal with child sacrifice, pedophilia, pederasty. They deal heavy in that. But it's just that one of theirs got caught, up in some shit that they can't sweep under the rug anymore, man. So now you see that the Lord said He's gonna put Egyptian against Egyptian. Yeah, Baba Kashan. Because you're seeing that, and that's how you can tell when the kingdom is about to fall, man. When it's in disarray. It happened with the ancient Roman Empire. It happened with us, the Israelites, between Judah and Israel. It happened between the Greeks. What they were infighting each other. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at this presence.
Yeah, this is not talking about ancient Egypt. This is talking about what spiritually Sodom in Egypt, which is America. Go ahead.
And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
I'm sorry, what are you reading from, brother?
Isaiah 19.
Right. We already know that ancient Egypt was already destroyed, hundreds of years prior to Isaiah coming on the scene. So what Egypt is it talking about? It's talking about America. You can hold that. Get her Revelations 11 and 8. Probably shot.
This is Revelation 11 and 8. And it reads, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, and this is their dead bodies, man. You don't see no zombies out here. Contrary to that Foot Locker commercial, you don't see those zombies, people coming back from the dead and just walking around. No, but what you do see is the children of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you walking in a dead state because you don't have a land. You don't have your history is hidden from you. Your culture is hidden from you, taken it from you. Even our God at one point, His name was taken away from us. So, but now it's being given back to Al Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. So that's why it says our dead bodies will lie in the street. Our dead bodies will lie in the streets. And also too, what the scripture says, he that wandered from the way of righteousness remaineth in the congregation of the dead. And we were wandered away from, roughly paraphrasing, we were wandered away from righteousness, man. Out of the path of righteousness. Okay? So America is spiritually called what? Sodom and Egypt. Why is it spiritually called Sodom and Egypt? Well, we mentioned Jeffrey Epstein. We mentioned how these elite deal in pedophilia, pederasty, and how they deal in homosexuality, lesbianism on a high level. All right?
Yeah, that sodomy is being pushed out on a way higher level than like I even thought would be imagined when I was a kid, man. Because like growing up, like, you know, they taught like, yeah, just you don't have to deal with them, just like, you know, ignore them or whatever, you know. But now it's like every fucking TV show, every movie that comes out, there's like 5 faggots on there, man. I remember not too long ago, it was always at least one. But now it's like multiple characters are you know, homosexuals or dealing in some kind of perverse sexuality manner.
That's right. You got the drag queens teaching little kids, flashing little kids in libraries, you know, while they read them books. You know, getting the children normalized to this, so you can create normal bias amongst the children, and that they will easily accept it, thinking that, oh yeah, this is natural. They'll see other little kids that's into it. So sodomy is practiced at an all-time level here. Bestiality, what they call zoophilia. You know, put a new name on it, call that shit zoophilia. Bestiality.
Exotic or
yeah,
something.
you know. So you got all of this shit, sodomy practice, and then it's the elite that really get into it. They act like they don't. They make it seem like they're husbands and wives, and that they're, you know, upstanding citizens, and their children are upstanding citizens. When in reality, these people are the most abased people on the planet Earth, man. So sodomy is practiced at an all-time high. This is also spiritual called Egypt. Why? One, because America follows all the gods of ancient Egypt, or the ways or the wickedness of ancient Egypt. Their high priests are the same as the ones in Egypt. Their masonry goes back to Egypt. You know, Egypt is big here. You know, you go down to one of the biggest monuments in Washington, which is called the Washington Monument. There's nothing more but an obelisk, man. An obelisk, man. It's like an obelisk, man.
Yeah, from where I'm from, Memphis, Tennessee, that's a sister city referring to Memphis, Egypt. You know, they got the pyramid right next to the river. You know, Mississippi River is like the
Nile.
Yeah, it's basically like the Nile, like the Western North American version of the Nile.
Yep.
And you know, the University of Memphis has like one of the largest Egyptology museums. You know, they got one of the mummies buried there, and like, you know, they study hieroglyphs and all that, man. You know, it's very similar to, you know, Memphis, Egypt.
Yeah. Why? I'm sorry.
But there's other Egyptian sister cities in America.
Yep.
I think one being Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
And like the brother said, Washington, D.C.
Can't forget Vegas, man. Nevada, they got that big pyramid that's lit up. They got a whole reenactment of Egypt there, man.
They call that Sin City.
And they call it Sin City, man. You know, you just, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, man.
And the location of it, too, is in the middle of the desert.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You want me to go back to Isaiah?
Yeah, come on, brother.
Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother.
And that's what's happening right now. The Egyptian is being set against the Egyptian. You got Edomites, whistleblowers coming against their power. You know, you got things that's happening that never happened in the 50s or the 60s. You know, you got things coming out at a high level where these Edomites, they're fighting one another. You know, Republican against Democrat, and they're really putting hands. They're going to blows, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got the high level Edomites going against each other. You know, look at Trump's cabinet, man. You know.
Yeah, especially when that Epstein thing blew up, or is currently blowing up. You know, it makes both parties look bad, and you bet like they started pointing fingers at each other. You know, because, you know, really, we know the Democrats and Republicans on that high level, they really work together to cast a veil over the majority of people in this society. But now that they're being uncovered, you know, they're having quarrels against each other, man. You know, like the whole thing with Trump exposing Hillary's emails, and now the Democratic Party is trying to impeach Trump.
Yep.
I mean, it still is in a way to mask what's really going on behind doors. but also it's also, you know, stirring up strife amongst the people in those parties.
Yep, and then the Egyptian against Egyptian, that's not just talking about the American Egyptians, these Edomites here in America. You got Edomites over there in the UK going against each other, man. You know, they can blame it on what's that called, immigration issues, but really it's just you Edomites fighting against each other, man. At one time y'all was together, y'all was solid, man. But now look at you, man. You going against each other, you fighting against each other. You know, you know, you're trying to destroy each other. You're trying to replace each other. And that's happening on a lower level, and it's happening on a higher level, the mid-level, man.
Okay.
You got it, brother.
It says, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor.
Yeah.
City against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
And that's what's happening.
That's exactly what you said. Lower level, mid-level, top level, man.
Yeah.
You know, these nations are getting in quarrels. You know, just like it's prophesied, the beast shall hate the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, neighbor against neighbor, man. I remember I was on a job site, and you know, things were getting real like political. I was like, aren't we all like working for the same company? Like, but you know, they get in that mindset like, oh, I gotta have this worker on my side.
Yeah.
So that way, like, if things get rough, like, I don't know, they just want like co-workers on their side to take their side on certain things. Whether if they want to sweep things under the rug, like, because on construction sites, a lot of the material, you know, is very valuable. So you might want certain scraps, you know, and if you have more people on your side, you can, you know, put your scraps together and then split whatever you sell it for.
Profit,
yeah. But certain things like that, man, like little things, like Esau is getting bent out of shape over.
Yeah. Shit is happening, man. This man is losing his power, man. This ain't the time to lose heart. This ain't the time to get weary. You get frustrated, but you deal with the frustration and you keep pushing, because clearly this man is going down, man, and he don't have too much longer to last, man. How much longer can you last, you know, with Edomites, trainees fucking up women's sports, you know? How long can you last with trainees teaching your children in libraries, naked, giving them a burlesque dance? Fuck a burlesque dance, they give them a striptease, man. You know? You got, how long can you last with the women fighting against the men fighting against the women?
Even generations against generations, man.
Yep. Oh, that blame game is big now. Oh, it's your fault that we like this. You know, the generations before, but in reality, you know, the generations, they're all confused, man. And this is the worst generation, man. You know?
Verse 3, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
And that's what's happening. That American spirit, that proud spirit, it's failing y'all, man.
Yeah, kind of. You know, prime example, like, we're getting into the holiday season.
Yeah.
But it's dying out, bro.
It's hella dead. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, right? Which was next week. Bro, it was just another day to me, man. Normally, you see people shopping, going to the stores. I was in the store last night. They still had turkeys in there, man. Yeah. Back in the day, them shits would be empty, man. No turkeys, nowhere to be found. Especially around this time, man.
The other day, they had to give them out for free. They said, well, if you spent like this amount of money, then you can have a free turkey under 15 pounds.
Yep, see? They got to get them shits away, man.
Yeah.
You know, that Thanksgiving spirit, that family togetherness spirit, that shit is getting out of here, man. Ain't nobody feeling that shit, man. Can't nobody get jiggy with that shit.
Yeah, people are realizing that Christmas music is ass.
Oh, yeah. And that's why they try to push that Christmas spirit hella early, man. They're just pushing that shit in October, man. You see Christmas wreaths going up and shit, playing those songs. That shit is dead, man.
It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
Yeah, so the Lord is destroying the elite, you know? Yeah, he's destroying them. And they're fighting too. They're infighting too. They're not all together. Because they've been wanting this new world order to go through. They was like, look, why y'all ain't pushing back then? Why y'all pushing it? Why y'all waiting? Why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? You know? they're all going mad, man. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers,
Yep.
and to them that have familiar spirits,
Yep.
and to the wizards.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they do. They have high level witches and warlocks, man. And they're trying to seek to them, hey, what's going on? What can we do?
Maybe if we get Kanye West to say that he's a Christian.
Yeah, which he's a warlock too. This nigga on TV talk. I saw a little clip of Joe Osteen shit he went to, and he was like, yeah, you know, Satan's got all the best producers. He's got all the best writers. He got all the best musicians. You know that sound like that nigga trying to get motherfuckers to go on Satan's side, man. Which he's already on Satan's side.
Yeah.
But it really was like he was trying to get these kids to wake up and go and come to the dark side, which you already on the dark side if you in Christianity. And Joel Osteen is just sitting there with his head like, shh, come on, Kanye, you fucking up my money. You know, get to the point, you know?
Yeah.
But they were all ears for that nigga that night, man. For a fucking Christian concert, man. Bugging out, man. Go ahead, bro.
And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord.
Yeah, man.
And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, and the Lord of hosts.
Yeah. And the Most High, Yahweh Shai, he's going to be that cruel Lord over you motherfuckers. He's going to break you off, man. When he comes back, man, he's going to destroy you, man. Can you go to Jeremiah? We would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Jeremiah 57, 58. One of them.
Yeah, Jeremiah 51 and 9.
Come.
I'll start up with verse at 8.
Come, brother.
It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be she made. If so be she made.
So she may be healed, yeah.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, all that make America great again, make America greater. All these slogans that they come up with to try to basically reinstill that national pride within you, man. Because you seeing that the American dream is through. When you had when they had the middle class, and the middle class is destroyed all over the planet, especially in these European nations. Okay, they were excited. These people were abated. Basically, they were like, "Fuck, you know, we're good. We're happy here. We can take 2 trips a year. You know, we got savings. You know, we got equity in our homes. You don't have that no more, man. You don't have job security. You know, and so now you're at a point where America is like, it's just 2 Americas, man. The poor and the rich, man. You know."
It says, forsake her and let us go every one into his own country.
Yeah, all these nations, they're about to start getting the fuck up out of here, man. They're getting prepared to leave, man. You know, that's how bad it's gonna get. When it gets so bad, right now the dollar is good, at a good level for some of these countries, where you can, you know, it's like 4 times the amount of their home country's currency. So now you can get the you know, your bang for your buck. So they're buying homes in these other countries. They're buying land in these other countries. They're getting prepared to leave, you know, because they see it coming, man. Go ahead.
Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country.
Yeah, these nations are about to forsake you, man. Go ahead.
For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Yeah, so the Most High, he's about to bring a mass judgment, man. And a lot of these super rich, super elite, not just Edomites, but other nations, they're getting the fuck up out of here, man. Okay, they're creating money markets in other countries. You know, you got the BRICS nations coming together. And they're a problem for America, man. America's not going to be great again, man. Okay, this is it for America, man. Go ahead.
The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness.
Yep.
Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power.
And that's what we're doing. We're declaring right now. We're on our way to the Mazabak, to the altar, to declare it. We're headed out there right now as we speak to declare the wonderful works of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in Zion, man. Go ahead, brother.
Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath rised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes.
Yeah, and those new kings of the Medes are the Russians. He's getting them riled up. They about to go to war, man. Go ahead, brother.
For his devices against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple.
Yep. That's right. Can you go to Revelation 18:1? Yeah, so America's not going to be healed. Trump's not going to heal America. He's not going to bring the jobs back to America. He's not going to bring freedom and prosperity back to this place, man. This place is through, man. Go ahead.
Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Yep.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen.
Yeah, so Babylon the Great, which is America, there's a place of great confusion here. Okay? It's fallen, man. Go ahead.
And is become the habitation of devils. And the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
And it is that. It's gonna come that when this place is turned into a fucking desert after that nuclear so-called nuclear holocaust, man. That nuclear war. You got the Pope going around the world talking about something they need to throw down nuclear weapons to prevent world annihilation. First of all, the earth is not going to be annihilated. The scripture says the earth abideth forever, man. All right, but you people, this structure is going to be annihilated, and that's what he really want to say. Don't annihilate the Edomite, hegemony, man. If you do that nuclear war, you're going to destroy the hegemony, and that's what you're scared of, man. But guess what? You can't stop that. Not with no speech. You can't stop that with no money. And these nations, they're getting hot and heavy, man. They don't care about your talk, man. They want war, man. Why? Because the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, has declared war on this place, man.
It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of their fornication.
Yeah, all these nations. That's why they got problems with homosexuality, lesbianism, women's lib. These women are running around here reckless, man. Here it is. You be having a serious march, and a bitch just come out, painted all up with her titties out, man. Talking about she's protesting, women's rights or some shit, man. She's fighting for rights, man. With her titties out, man. What war you ever known that women fight with their fucking titties out, man? Never. You see? This shit is out of order, man. You got women rising up against men being baited out, instability, unrest. That shit is not going to be solved with no bitch with her titties out, man. Nobody ever stood up in the office and said, you know what, man? That chick with her tits out, man, she had a point. You know what I'm saying? Never. You ain't never heard that shit in your life, man.
Never heard someone say she had a point.
Yeah, she had exactly, man. Exactly, man. Okay, and all these nations, they followed after you. They drunk your democracy, man. Look what's going on there in Bolivia. Look what's going on in Chile. Look what's going down there in Venezuela. Look what's going down there in all these places where you so-called have a democratic appointed leader, and he gets ousted, man. A coup happens, man. A coup d'etat. All these things are happening down there, and you think you think that is because, well, these people don't know how to govern themselves. No, it's because all the instability that happens when they drink that juice, man. And all these nations, every last one of these nations have drunken the juice of Babylon, man, and they're all going crazy. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yep, spiritual fornication. That's right. They all have done it, man. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
Yeah, a lot of you jakes, you don't really realize what kind of effect America has on the other nations, man. Because we don't get rich like that. We fucked up, one, because of the curses, two, because it's by design. But these other nations, they come over here and they got wealthy, man. And they don't even have to live over here to get wealthy. They'll create a business, and then they'll do business with America, and they'll get wealthy out of that, man. I was watching, it might sound simple, but I was watching the Ninja Turtle fad, how that came about. And it started with these two Edomites in a comic book. And then they were looking for, basically this toy company was looking for a way this Chinese toy company was looking for a way to get into the U.S. market, because before you had Mattel, you had Hasbro, you had a couple other ones. They were called the Big Four. All right, and they were the ones making toys for everybody and everything in America. And so China was looking for a way. So this Dow company, they came up on the Ninja Turtle idea, man, through this Edomite pushing the whole idea. So they took it on, and then next thing you know, Ninja Turtles blew the fuck up. And when I was a kid, Ninja Turtles was huge, man, and it just came out of nowhere. They were just pushing it. They already had a cartoon before they had a toy line. And the point of the matter is that this Chinese company became an overnight success. They put $150,000 initial investment into this Ninja Turtle thing. And then once they seen it take off, man, they came out with a live action movie out of nowhere, right when it was hot. So everybody wanted to go see it. And they thought that the toy company didn't want to invest in it. But the Edomite that brought the idea to them, he invested in it. And it became a success. And then next thing you know, that's when the toy company jumped on it. So the point of the matter is, it show you how a small, relatively unknown Chinese toy market, that, guess what they got famous making? They got famous making an Edomite doll, man, called Patty and shit. You know, some shit like that. So here it is. They came over to America and they got rich, man. And now what, the Ninja Turtle market is like $1 billion market, man. Easy. You know? And then I went through a bunch of, it died off, and it just keep reviving. It's keep reviving it, motherfucker, man. Mm-hmm. Why? Because these merchants, they're waxing rich. You know? You know?
It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Mm-hmm. And I heard another voice come from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, mm-hmm. and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right, and that's going to be a royal voice, man, coming from the chariots, man. Yeah. And the Lord's people are the Israelites, us, man.
Come up hither.
Come up hither, man. So while we getting tractor beamed up into them chariots, man, Lord willing, we'll be part of the elect to be saved. You know what I mean?
This is lit.
This is lit. That's right. That's right, brother. That's right.
God.
That's right, man.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, so see, while you Edomites, we can't possibly repay what we did for slavery, what you call your great sin, which your sins are way greater than that. But that is heavy. That's up there on the Lord's list. Definitely, man, because the Lord said, we the apple of his eye. He that toucheth you, touches the apple of the Most High's eye, man. You know? But, yeah, you saying that, oh, this is lit. But we about to get the fuck up out of here, man. So you're going to hear that voice. Go ahead, brother.
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
So you Edomites, you're going to get double for what you've done to us, man. You know? When we come out of them chariots, man, we coming back to enslave the whole earth, man. You know? Chiefly the kings of the earth, man. Because y'all going to be the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom of heaven, man. And it's going to be double, man. So just think about what you did to us, all the captivity, not just the transatlantic slave captivity, which that was a terrible one. But hey, you're going to get double that, man. They're going to make that, but we ain't going to be raping your men. We ain't going to be doing no raping your children. You know, but hey, you're going to be dealt with, man. Hey, close this out.
I was going to read this last part. It says, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. You know? So, I mean, like the brother said, like, double unto her, man. So with that, I hope this video was edifying. Once again, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Alright, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who we learned this truth from. And peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.